Hello everybody, Jardis here, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you two tricks. The first trick I'm going to show you is how to use a special character for your naming process. Now, what are special characters? Special characters are letters that have an additional feature added to them. For example, you'll see an E with a line over it, or an A with a worm shape above it, or an I with two dots, for example. Those are special characters. Now, there are a lot more than just those ones, the examples I've just listed. But I'm going to show you how to use it for your naming process, because how many times have you tried to make a new character in Guild Wars 2, come to the naming process, type up a name, and you get this window? It can be rather annoying, but you really want to keep that name, or at least the similar spelling of it. Well, by adding special characters, we can keep the spelling of that name, but add a little panache to it, so it is a little more unique and acceptable. Now, for example, with this particular character, I'm going to remove the A and put in a special character to replace it. Now, how do we do that? If you are using a standard keyboard, on the right-hand side of that keyboard, you will see a numbers pad with a numbers lock as well as a keys from 0 to 9. Now, in order to add a special character, what we're going to want to do is remove the letter that we're going to be replacing, and we're going to hold down an Alt key, and while holding the Alt key down, we're going to type up 3 numbers from the numbers pad, not the numbers above the letters. We do not want that. It has to be from the keypad on the right hand side of the keyboard. So Alt 1 3 1, and that will give me an A with an arrow above it. But you know what? That's looking a little asymmetrical, so I'm going to go ahead and take out the I and do the same thing with the I. Backspace, Alt 140, and I remove the Alt key, and bada bing bada boom, I now have an I that matches the A. Now, to find out the combinations of numbers that you need in order to provide you with the special characters that you plan to use, I would strongly suggest going to your internet browser and in your search engine type up special characters, and it will give you a list of different websites you can go to that will provide you with a list of numbers that correspond to special characters that you can use. Okay, now once we've got our character named, the second thing I'm going to show you is a shortcut through the human starting instance. Now, I do not know if there is a shortcut for the starting instances for the Sylvari, the Norn, the Char, or the Asura. I have not yet tested those. But so instead, I'm going to show you the one that I do know about, the human starting instance. This is for players who want to get through the starting instance as fast as possible so that they can get to the main game as fast as possible. I do not recommend this for newer players because this would rob you of various story elements as well as lore and a few mechanics that you may or may not want to learn about and experiment with before you get to this point. So after we talk to that first individual NPC, he'll guide us down to the inn where we will talk to Sergeant Walters. I'm going to go ahead and skip through the storylines to get this done as fast as possible, and also prevent spoilers. Now, normally at this point we would go this direction along this road that would lead us to a bridge to the garrison, but we're not going to do that. Instead, we're going to be rebels and cross across this farmland. Because then, once we pass through that fence, we're going to go in this direction and go down this decline that we see here. And once we're at the bottom of this, we're going to wade across the water, and we're going to go up that incline as well. The reason is because this way, as you can see, the boss for the final end of the storyline is already up. And once that is gone, we're already done with the starting instance and into the main story. And we didn't have to go through the arduous process of dealing with the centaurs at the garrison.
Rally to me if you need to recover.
And this did not take us as long as it normally would, because we'd probably still be in the garrison fighting the centaurs before being asked to be let in through the main gate at the front entrance of the garrisons. So, anyway, once we kill this, we'll be into the main game itself. So, anyway, that is the shortcut for the human starting instance, as well as showing you how to add special characters to your naming process.
Not dead yet! Brace yourselves! I think it's gonna explode!
I hope you enjoyed. Feel free to share this information with anybody else who is interested, and I hope to see you again in the next video. Until then, happy gaming!